Hey guys, how's it going? It's Blaze. I'm finally back. It's been a minute and I'm gonna try to make videos more consistently from this point on. Life's just been super crazy for me recently. I got married for one thing. I'm down in my studio shooting this video because I've been working really hard on my video game coming soon, Descent of Lunaris. You can wishlist it down in the description of this video. But yeah, things have just been super crazy. And the same is true for the One Piece card game as well. Things are in a very interesting state right now, and I just want to talk about it. So OP13 came out, as I'm sure you're all aware, and we've seen kind of how it's been going down for the first couple weeks here. The power creep is very real. And I think it's something that we should be talking about. And I think it's something that deserves a little bit of concern. You know, anniversary sets have kind of always been like this. They power creep the game forward heavily, and then the other sets introduce more and more kind of nuance and variance to the meta for the rest of the year. But this feels a little different. The level of power creep we're seeing in the design and the way that the design of the new leaders, obviously this guy, Emu, and this guy, Ace, is pretty unprecedented. I don't think we've had leaders that push everything else out of the game in such an extreme way before. And this coming right before block rotation might have kind of a double whammy effect that I'm worried about, where as someone who's tried to get other people into the One Piece trading card game, and I've gotten some of my friends to play it casually, stuff like this makes it really hard to convince them to stick with it, because frankly, any previous investment that they've made feels like it's being thrown out the window with this. They can't really even compete unless they were already running Green Zoro, which is a leader from one set ago, OP12, or they invest in a new OP13 deck. And you can say, oh, well, you know, Emu's a really cheap deck. It's really, if you get base rarity, you know, it's really easy to just pick up all the cards. But a huge part of the appeal of this game is the really high quality alt art treatments that get printed for decks that people collect up over time and alt their deck out, and they want to play with that. And the fact that people can't really use stuff they're investing into, it worries me. It worries me about the longevity of this game. And you combine that with recent movements in the broader TCG space, like the arrival of Riftbound now being a huge thing, which is already taking players away from the One Piece card game. I mean, I personally know people who have quit the One Piece game to go play Riftbound instead. And it's concerning. It's concerning. Gundam is also in kind of a weird spot, but it's sort of the opposite of One Piece's problem, where set 2 came out and the allocation was really low and people were having trouble finding cards, but most of the stuff from set 2 is kind of getting slapped around by meta staples that have been here from set 1 anyway. So it kind of mattered less, but the format isn't as diverse as I think people want, which is also causing issues within the retention of that game. And I think Bandai can't really afford to be losing player retention when Riot Games is coming out with their big new card game and a big push into the TCG space, right? You've got your Magic, your Pokemon, your Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of top 3, but that 4th slot that One Piece has been holding down pretty consistently is, I think, about to have a lot more competition for it. And I'm worried that as the power creep continues with One Piece, the more mid-tier to casual player will kind of fall out of the fold, and they'll be replaced with all of these market speculator type people who are coming in from the Pokemon TCG. As the Pokemon market is shifting, a lot of those, I guess you can call them investors or collectors or whatever you want to call them, are coming over to One Piece, and they're doing very, very blatant market manipulation to this game, which is causing prices to balloon upwards and potentially create a bubble that when it pops will only leave the most hardcore One Piece TCG players. And I am a little concerned about that. Now, I do think the hardcore base of One Piece TCG players is really strong, and I think they'll keep the game alive for sure. I'm not worried about the game going and like truly dying anytime particularly soon. But I want to see the game continue to grow, and I want to see this game solidify itself into being one of the more serious TCGs, because this is kind of the horse that I've staked on right here. Like I kind of want this game to succeed. And yeah, I have some collectible pieces that are going up really strongly in value due to, you know, this market manipulation that's going on. Could I sell my stuff now and benefit and get the money out that I've put in and go over to something else? Sure, but that's not how I treat this game. I want this game to stick around for the long term because I've invested in the community and in going to regionals and meeting people, and I think it's a really great community. It's a community that's gotten me into card gaming in a way that I never have before, because the people are really cool, and I've gotten some of my friends into it with me, but it's hard to keep them around when prices are going up. It's hard to find supply. You need the new product to be able to really play the game. It's a worrying pattern for me. It's a worrying pattern for me. But all that being said, I want to make more videos again. I have fun doing this. I just wanted to make something simple that I could throw together quickly. I got to get back to work. I got a show I'm playing tonight, so I need to prep my material for that. But I want to have some emu gameplay stuff soon, and I know I keep saying, oh, I'm going to make gameplay videos, but this time, for real, I'm going to stop being as ambitious with my ideas and just start making quick stuff like this, where I'm either talking to a camera, playing a game with friends, playing on sim, and just having fun with it, and not trying to make like, you know, complete meta guides that are outdated by the time I'm halfway done editing them, because I keep doing that. I've kept trying to make these like recommended deck guides for metas that are over by the time the video is even close to being completed, because frankly, I just don't have the time to actually put in to make these much larger scale of videos. But all that being said, if you disagree with anything I've said, if you want to tell me why I'm wrong, please, I would love to be proven wrong. Comment down below. If you want to support me, subscribe to this, or more importantly, go check out the Steam link to Descent of Lunaris in my bio. We're gonna have a demo for that, hopefully sometime relatively soon. And yeah, appreciate you for checking out the video, and peace.